So I've got two headlamps here. This is the LED one, and the main difference between an LED one and a standard one is the back of the LED will be cast, and so you'll have the mounting points cast into the actual body itself. But if I show you how they look on a standard lamp, you can see these little raised bridges here. So you've got three of those on the lamp, and they're what secure the bezel, that's the frame, onto the lamp itself. So the first thing to do when you're going to be fitting your lamps to your vehicle is to make sure you know which way's up and which way's down. And if you're lucky enough to have some writing on the lens itself, you'll be able to see that that's the top and this is the bottom. This one's actually just got top written on it, so that really helps. If we rotate it round now, you'll see the mounting points aren't in any way symmetrical. We've got one at 1 o'clock, one at sort of 5:30, one at 9:30, and that will be the same on our LED. So that is where we need to position our bezel. So bezels are inexpensive. Now this is a really good value bezel kit that we sell at LR Parts. It's only £9 plus tax, so you get all the fixings inside. In fact, I think you even get a spare. So you get all the fixings you need, all the screws. You get your bezel in chrome, it's actually attached to the bowl. You get your full lamp bowl. Now I don't like these as much as I do the standard rim, so you can either go for a standard rim like this, and that's just the outer edge, or you can go for the full bowl if you want, but it just means you've got to pull your wire through and everything. You might have to make that bigger, and it's just a bit of a faff. I don't really ever see the point of these because they tend to collect water, but it's up to you. You could even just get one of these and cut that back piece off, and that's what I've done in the past, because for £9 you can't do better than that. Normally if you just buy this ring in chrome, it's about £7, so this is a good value package. So we'll put that to one side, only because I've got one started here. Oh, and you also get this rubber seal, and that goes at the back of your bowl, like so, as it goes against the body of your Land Rover. So we've got these two mounting positions, look, these little hook positions, and these actually clip onto the adjustment screws. So naturally there's going to be one at the top and one on the left hand side, or at 9 o'clock if you like. So if we get our lamp and make sure we've got the top here, we just literally put it in position with this approximately at the top, you can see there, and then this one at 9 o'clock. And then if I rotate it, you'll see that we're pretty much in position. The holes here are very close to our little bridges. Now we just rotate it a touch to get it exactly where we want it. And then we're ready to put our tabs on. These are the little tabs we have to fit, and what you'll find is sometimes they can bend outwards, which isn't going to give you very good clamping. So what I'd recommend is, if you can either do this before or afterwards if they're loose. So all I would do is just bend them slightly down like that, look. Can you see what I've done there? So that is fairly flat, but I want it to be bent slightly like that, and that's going to give me better purchase. It's a bit fiddly, but you lay your tab over that bridge like that, and then from the front side you push your screw through the hole and into place there. Now I'm not going to do it super tight yet because I've got to do the other edges. Now what you can see is it's loose, okay? So what we've got at the moment is we've got it a bit loose, and if you've done it wrong, if you've actually got it off these, for instance, if I just show you, it's going to feel loose in there. As we tighten it up, that should just clamp it in nicely. So that is still just a touch loose, which is why I bent it back. So if I now tighten that a bit more, we are no longer loose at all. So just make sure you go nice and tight. I wouldn't recommend using a cordless driver. I would use a screwdriver just to make sure you've got a bit more control. And there we have it. So we've got our bezel in place, it's nice and solid, it's not going anywhere, and we're ready to move on to the next stage. So if you look at the bowl here, we've got the two additional holes here, which you can see are ready to receive our adjustment screws, and that is what we've done there, look. So we've got our adjustment screws in, one at the top and one at 9 o'clock. It's got a little groove inside the head, and that is designed for these to slot into, look, like that. So here we've got our headlamp bowl, or our plinth mounting frame, if you like, in the vehicle. We've got this screw installed in here, so we need to take that out. Okay, now you can see these are the 4 screws that actually mount this bowl or this frame into the vehicle. We've got our connection here, so we would just plug it in. And what we're looking for here, we've got our 2 adjustment screws. We literally just slot them into each other, and this lines up at the bottom. And there we go, we've actually got it fitted now. There's our headlight. And what's interesting is if I spin this round, you can see just how straight that beam is, look, on there. And then if we go for full beam, you can then see it there, look. Dip, full beam.